In John chapter 11, we see about a little family, Lazarus, Martha, and Mary. A family which Jesus loved. Unfortunately, Lazarus gets sick and they send a word to Jesus, who was in a different place, saying that the Lazarus whom you loved is sick, which means, come soon, Lord Jesus. But the ironical thing is, when Jesus heard, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but the Son of God will be glorified. And he stayed in the same place for 2 days. Now this is what it is difficult for us sometimes. How come God, when He loves me, His promises can get delayed in my life? But I want to tell you, when God gives us promises, when it gets delayed, we need to always trust that God will fulfill it. Secondly, Lazarus becomes very sick and he finally dies. Finally, Jesus goes to Bethany, and that was almost 4 days after Lazarus was put in the grave. And now the question is, God gave a promise that he won't die, but now he is dead. Is the promise failed? No. Sometimes we might experience such situations that even God's promises have failed. We need to remember, the one who has given the promise is greater than the promise itself. He is a faithful God. He's an unchanging God. We need to put our faith not only on the promise, but on the promise giver and the promise keeper. Finally, Jesus asks Martha and Mary to take him to the grave. Martha and Mary are so broken, they are in tears, and Jesus weeps along with them. It just shows that God is not allowing things to get delayed in our lives and He's not having a good time. No, He comes in the midst of our pain. He experiences that pain even along with us. He shares it. But then He asks them to roll the stone that was put in the cave where the dead man was there. And they said, it will stink. It has been 4 days. Now this is a very crucial thing. God will give us some instructions, and it might seem crazy, it might seem funny, people may mock at us, but that's when you believe, Jesus said, you will see the glory of God. They believed, they rolled the stone. He called Lazarus to come forth, and Lazarus came forth. Even in your life, when you follow these steps, God will turn your dead hopes and make them alive and give you new beginnings.